It's the second step of the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. It's round of 16 time as the United States takes on China here today. From Brno, Czechia, welcome aboard everybody to the FIBA YouTube channel. This is Aaron Sanders on the call as we are set to see for the 9th time these two countries going at it in U19 competition. Earlier today, we saw Canada top Korea 70-58. They advance to the quarterfinals. And the other two games happening in this arena, France versus Czechia in a couple of hours, and the nightcapper, Australia, will take over. This is a China team that ended up in 4th place in Group B competition, losing all 3 of their group games, and now they situate themselves playing up against the best team in Group A, which is the USA. They, in turn, a reverse record of what China has, 3-0. But for China, they're being led by the 3rd best scorer in this year's U19s, and that is Kuzhou Rong, who has 19.7 points per game, and the 6th best rebounder with 9.7 a game. They average 64 points per game, which is good for 10th. And they are one of the top teams when it comes to shooting at 36.3%. 5th place. Team USA, they've ran the gauntlet when it comes to stats, mostly 1st or 2nd in points, rebounds, assists, or field goal percentage per game. But the shocking factor are their free throws. While they shoot close to 65%, that equals 10th. But they have 3 players that are in the top 10 in scoring, and that is Shania Hall, who averages 17 points, good for 6. Jazzy Davidson, who's been on a tear in the tournament, 15.3 points per game, that's 10th. And in 7th is Deanna Bett with 17.3 points per game. They have the 3rd best rebounder too in Bett. She's been averaging a double-double in group play, while averaging 109 points per game as a unit. They defeated Korea, Hungary, and Israel by more than 30 points. China, they lost to Nigeria by 5 in the opener in the U19, then to Portugal by 23, and then lost to Canada to wrap up Group B play by the score of 115-52. USA is 8-0 all time against China, and their last meeting was in group play in the 2017 U19. So definitely 8 years since these two teams have met, but the message remains the same for Team USA as they look to continue the record-breaking winning streak in all of U19 competition. China, however, looking to play spoiler as we are moments away from the national anthem. We'll take a step aside and we'll continue with the round of 16 of the FIBA U19 Women's World Cup.
Please remain standing for the national anthem of USA.
We'd like to welcome a handful of you that are tuning in on the FIBA YouTube channel, and we'd like to invite you to join in the conversation. Who you think will be the MVP of the FIBA Women's U19 World Cup? Cast your vote at the website that is pinned in the live chat. And we also like to welcome a handful of people that are tuning in. Longtime fans and viewers like Tony Thatch, we thank you for tuning in. And for those who are part of the Rookie Starter and MVP membership on YouTube, that includes from the rookie teams, you have Ron Tiang, along with Antonio Alexander Castro and Kalian Sarkar. Part of the starter crew, Sahalia Saleh. So welcome aboard, everybody. The beauty thing about the membership program on YouTube is you'll be able to access exclusive content, which includes a Discord server Q&A, which I and a handful of other commentators are thrilled to be a part of. So if you have a question, ask us in our FIBA Discord server. And we hope you're able to join in on the conversation. More folks joining us as part of their membership. I'll try to get to all of them before we get underway. We have Yuo tuning in, the starters, Risky Nugraha, and they are the officiating crew for today. For Syria, Wissam Zain, from Turkey, Siso Gungur, and Natasha Drajovic. We'd like to welcome a handful of viewers tuning in. Curtis Taylor from what is the basketball state of the USA, Indiana, tuning in from Bloomington. We are underway in USA versus China, and China gets the opening tip as Fangwei Zhu gets the first tap. Third best assist player in the game with 6 dishes a contest. Sushi Zhu, the center, going into town, and Sienna Bet fouls her. And the first foul is the shooting foul. Sushi Zhu, a 37.5% free throw shooter, will go to the line. She averages 5.3 points and 2.3 boards a game. 18 seconds into the game, first free throw up and in for China. Rage the Beast within, tuning in, along with Tony Thatch and a handful of you that have joined the rookie, starter, and MVP membership on the FIBA YouTube channel. China leads, early stages. Master lock defense from Fuwei Zhu, the point guard, as she gave Kaylee Heckel fits. Julian Drayton Monroe tuning in from Elizabeth, New Jersey. Glad to have you aboard. Team USA 8-0 against China all time in U19 competition. Here's a pick from Sienna Betts. Here's the kick out to Kaylee Heckel. 3 on the way. That doesn't fall. Picked up and put down by Jazzy Davidson. Jazzy Davidson having a terrific tournament. 15.3 points per game, while getting 5.7 assists per game. We played a minute in the opening quarter. Yuchin Ling stopped in her tracks, and here comes the US of A. Here's Kaylee Heckel on the move, looking for 2 field goals and 2 trips. She misses, but she'll have to earn those 2 points the old-fashioned way. Kevin Wu joining us from the Big Apple, New York City. And we have a viewer tuning in from Toronto. I'm not far away from Toronto. I'm calling this game by Windsor, Ontario. Heckel makes her first free throw. She was one of the many members that were part of the U18 AmeriCup Championship team. She averaged 12.8 points per game in that tournament. That's 5th best, and was part of the all-second team. Immediately taken away by Heckel. Goes to the bounce pass for Jordan Lee. Lee trying to send it down low to Sanaya Hall, was thwarted, picks it up, and pisses it off the glass to make it 5-2. Sanaya Hall shooting exceptionally well, 60% a game. Last game, she had 20 points, 6 steals, 4 rebounds, and chains, and an efficiency rate of 43. Betts with another block, but China recovers with the bucket by Kuja Rong. In the loss against Canada, she had 14.7 rebounds and 2 assists. Jordan Lee upstairs to Jazzy. Pull up J from Hall. That doesn't go, and Kuja Rong overcommitted on the rebound, as it appeared that Suju Du had the position for the rebound. China gets possession as we graze the 8-minute mark in the opening period. China averages 64 points per game. Here's a go-ahead pass to Fuwei Zhu. Downstairs to Sushi Zhu. Bounce pass for Suju Du. And great heads-up play from China. And they're getting the fouls in the right position as they continue to swing it downstairs. Suju Du with 7 rebounds per game and missing the first free throw. In the meantime, let us know who you think will be the MVP of the U19 World Cup presented by Tizzo by heading to the official FIBA U19 website. Using the hashtag FIBA U19, you'll let people know where you're tuning in from. Sienna Betts open as she has a hard task on the box out. Hall feeds it underneath the Betts and is blocked right from behind, but she scoops it up and in for the second try. 7-4 is the score. Ron gets the handoff pass, 47.8 shooter overall. She tries a three and hit. There's a lot of shooters that like to catch and shoot, but Ron did the good idea of making one dribble, taking that step as she takes the bucket. Squared up at 7. Here's Jazzy Davidson with a three of her own. The southpaw shooter gives USA a lead. They break double digits. Shot underneath, denied by Betts, and back up with it is Davidson. Davidson try to feed it to Sanaya Hall. One of our viewers saying that they believe the MVP is Silas Swords. Last year I had the pleasure of doing play-by-play for the U17 World Cup, and her sister Savvy Swords was a flamethrower from beyond the arc and did a great job in the mid-range. Guess it runs in the family. Ball stripped, picked up by Hall. Hall uses the window and kisses it off the glass goodnight. And the lead immediately goes up to 5. China trying to beat the break. Fang Wei Zhu on the fly. Fall away from Lee, doesn't fall. And here's the move from Sanaya Hall. She falls short on it. And Zhu with a baseball pass to Kujo Rong. As it returns to a one-possession game. China now down by 3. Haley Heckel averaging 7 points per game. Had the second most assists in a game in the U18 AmeriCup with close to 4. Here's a quick pass underneath, picked up by Zhu. Zishi Zhu on the board. Hit and out dribble from Lee, blocked by Davidson. Davidson cutting left side, goes for the cross-court pass, great ball movement. Hall doesn't go to town for three-point land. Jordan Lee scoops up the rebound and unable to put the clamps down on it. 5:17 remaining in the opening period. They're in the round of 16 from Brno, Czechia. Full court pressure applied thanks to Jazzy Robinson. Jazzy Robinson and Madden Greenway, who just checked in, being a pest for China, but they break to the front court. Kujo Rong having trouble with the ball down the floor. We see Yashi Leong checking in for the first time. Handful of centers on this China roster, a total of 3 of them. Ball nearly deflected by Robinson as she forces a double dribble on Youngling Lee. Strong pick from Zania Soka as she feeds it upstairs to Jordan Lee, who doesn't tee up the 3. It is picked up by Ron. Substitutions being applied as USA leads 12-9 with about 4:30 remaining in the first. Handoff dribble straight away to Jazzy Davidson. 3 on the clock. Greenway lets it fly. Doesn't bury it. And Jersey Robinson is there to pick it up. Jasmine Davison, top scorer with 5 points for USA. Guizhou Rong leading China in all scoring with 7. So Ron and Zhu, the only ones that have scored for China. Remember, this is a team that only has 2 players that have scored more than 10 points a game, and that is Ron and Yu Chenling that has yet to score. 3 on the way for Jazzy Davidson is off the mark. Guizhou Rong picks it up and runs it over to Yu Chenling, who tries a 3. That goes off the mark for one of China's top scorers. And more free throws on the way. This time, Peiling Zhu will have the honor. Davidson on the foul. The first free throw goes in for the 75% free throw shooter. Peiling Zhu's high in the tournament, 10 points in the opening group game against Nigeria. Second one on the way. That rattles in and out and is picked up by Kate Harpring. 2 passes later, straight away to Jersey Robinson. Picked up by Soka. Follows up, doesn't fly. Another possession for China. And that pass batted away by Harpring. And thrown out of bounds by Harpring as she tried to locate the ball. 3:41 remaining in the opening quarter. Jazzy's out of the game. Here comes China, ball nearly taken away, but Jiaxin Wang able to retain possession. Wang with an in and out dribble, met by the double team. USA on the run, they have numbers, and they feed it over. Wing 3, short. Last possession, Suhan Zhong checked in for Yu Chenling. Leong hands it off to Zhu. Fangwei Zhu. Now it's Guizhou Rong leading the offense once again, driving right inside to the left side. Yashi Leong unable to get the floater. Jersey Robinson picks it up. Emily Skinner, one of the few members of last year's U17 gold medal USA team, into the ball game. Madden Greenway feeds it away. Great ball movement inside, pays off with a Kate Harpring 2. And more free throws on the way for China. Both teams are now over the foul limit. Peiling Zhu returns. So Madden Greenway, even though she got the deuce, she picks up the foul. Peiling Zhu, 1 of 2 in her last trip of the line, is now 1 for 3. Let us know who you're tuning in from by using the live chat on YouTube. And you have a chance to connect with me throughout our Q&A on the Discord server. Both free throws a no-go. Jersey Robinson follows up on the rebound. Kate Harpring with an overhead pass to Greenway. Greenway, as it finishes off with Jersey Robinson going inside, she will head to the line. Foul committed by Yashi Leong. And now Sienna Beth returns to the lineup. Sienna Betts, with her 10 rebounds a game, she has played 2 straight games where she has collected more than 10. Jersey Robinson's first free throw was good, a 71% free throw shooter. Won the U17 gold with the United States last year, along with the FIBA America's U16 championship in Mexico 2 years ago. USA leads 16-10. Here's a set shot, and it's good for Yashi Leon. USA looking to retaliate, but does not control the ball. Near side, Fangwei Zhu. Here is Ron for three. Pulled down by Harpering. Both teams out of fouls. Harpering with a little hopscotch step. She dances into the lane and puts it in. And Harpering now with 2 field goals in the first. Under 2 minutes to go in the first, as USA retains their 6-point lead. Yuhan Zhang into the lineup, goes for the wide hook and puts it in. Two-possession game, make that 3. Sienna Betts back into the lineup as she scores. Both teams not faring well from three-point land, but it's China that has the advantage at 33%. Overall, they shoot 38, and Team USA shoots about 40. There's a +2 on the boards for the red, white, and blue, 13-11. But China hanging in there in terms of stats. Zhu making the first free throw. Both teams with 9 defensive rebounds. Second free throw bounces off the heel, and Sienna Betts is there to pull down another rebound. Robinson for 3 and drains it. Jersey makes it 23-15 as she gets her first 3 ball, a total of 5 points in the meantime. She is tied with Jasmine Davidson for the most points for America. Guja Rong still leading China in the game with 7 points and 4 rebounds. Ron has been ice cold in the last couple of possessions for China. Down low is Zhang. No. Rebound picked up by Addison Bajorn, the Parkville, Missouri native. Betts and another offensive rebound, which leads to a tie-up. Here's the play, goes straight to Kate Harpering, who's been scoring pretty well down to the elbow as we're moments away to the end of the first. Up in the key is Leon. Leon drives, skies, and scores. He went with the finger roll with 18 seconds to play. Here's a pass straight away. Bajorn with the layup, count it, and the foul. Both teams definitely picking up the pace as the first quarter winds down. Addison Bajorn with the lead. We'll have more coverage when we continue from Brno, Czechia. Second quarter set to begin as USA leads China 28-18. It was a close first couple of minutes, but USA have started to find their stride. Instead of shooting threes, they have been able to locate the open players underneath the basket. Same with China. Met by the double team ran by Jersey Robinson and Sienna Betts. Three to start the second is off the mark. And running the gauntlet is Madden Greenway, who feeds it underneath the Kate Harpring. She misses it. And two free throws are coming up for the Team USA. Addison Bajorn set to shoot a pair, a 62.5 free throw shooter. Already has 3 points to her name. She has gold in the FIBA America's U16 Championship 2 years ago and gold last year as part of the U17s after that close victory to Team Canada. In the pocket now, Zuhan Zhong. Ball thrown away, and here's Jersey Robinson on the run. She takes everybody and gets it down. Jersey Robinson was picked up right into the mid-range, but she still took it in all by herself. Wide away shot, no good for Yongling Lee. And now it's Addison Bajorn taking it up. Jersey downstairs to Sienna Betts. That's swatted and taken away by Yuhan Zhang. Dribble drive, Peilin Zhu goes with a top shot and gets it in. She had her back turned behind the basket, and she still got it in. Around the arc, Jersey Robinson gets the rock, feeds it downstairs. Betts in trouble. Swing and fling underneath. Greenway no good. With 8:31 to go in the half.
First personal foul for number 27, Alex Al. USA substitution.
Madden Greenway off to the line. One of the top 10 players in assists per game. She averages 5, which is good for 6th coming into today's round of 16. You're tuning into the tournament portion of the FIBA U19 Women's World Cup with Greenway making both free throws. That gives USA a 32-20 lead. Peilin Zhu looking to play it in. She gets it in before the 5 count, taken away by Jazzy. Back in the front court is Yongling Lee. There's a pull-up from Ling Jacques. She faked on it. They'll stay with China, with Kate Harpring playing some master lock defense near the baseline. Sideline, I should say. Shot clock reads 10. Sishi Zhu, one of the centers, back in the lineup as she fades it away for Young. 7:30 to go. Reverse layup goes down again. Sishi Zhu this time with the circus shot. Make it 34-25. Make that 36-25. Sienna Betts is unstoppable in that low block area. Sienna now with her 8th point, 4 of 5 overall, with 4 rebounds and assists and 2 blocks to boot. Her efficiency rate so far is a 13. And she drills in one. Total of 9 points for Sienna. Now leading USA in scoring as we approach the 7-minute mark of the second. Quick dribble drive, Yongling Lee. China 5 for 12 at the foul line, which is good for 42%. USA 70. And the ball immediately thrown away as Ling Zhak was looking to locate Zhishi Zhu. We have exactly 7 minutes on the clock. Team USA running away with win after win, sweeping through Korea, Hungary, and Israel in Group A competition. And sweeping away through everybody is Kaylee Heckel, who is met at the rim. Zhishi Zhu took on the task. Yongling Lee came up with a rejection. Jordan Lee with the rock. Goes upstairs to Betts. Betts going deep. Now plays this to Jazzy Davidson. 4 on the timer. Goes inside. Makes the move and puts it in. Davidson with enough footwork and separation to finish strong with the left hand. 39-25 to score, 6:23 remaining. Another steal for USA. They have numbers. Kaylee Heckel collects some ankles, but it's Peilin Zhu that returns that ball out of play. Kaylee Heckel was looking for that Euro step.
Number 6.
Yashing Wang back in for China, as she will play Kaylee Heckel underneath the rack. Betts one-on-one with Zhu, fades away. Flamingo floater no good. Picked up by Sanaya Hall. That doesn't go. Gets her own rebound. Third chance. How about a fourth chance? Maybe fifth for the first time in the FIBA U19s. Not this time. Stays with the US of A. One thing about this year's FIBA's U19 Women's World Cup is we're seeing multiple opportunities at the basket. Third, fourth, fifth chance opportunities. I remember seeing this in the first day of play with Israel and Hungary. They collected a handful of offensive rebounds because of it. Sanaya Hall with the and one. As Sanaya Hall, who had 23 points against Korea in the opener, heads to the free throw line. Sanaya with 6 points as she makes it 7. Has 4 boards in total. Yu-Chin Lee for 2. Yu-Chin Lee, the one thing about this China squad is that they have speed. The moment they give up a bucket, they work hard and they go all the way to the other end to attack, and they will beat you down low. Spot up J doesn't fly for Jazzy Davidson. Second guessed on the 3, which results in a turnover. Back to Jazzy. Off the banker and in on the second try. Jazzy Davidson close to double-digit figures. Runaway jumper for Jiaxin Wang is a no-go. Sanaya Hall just heating up, and there she goes again. In and out dribble, and the finish. Yu-Chin Ling with China down by 19. We approach the halfway mark in the second. Jiaxin Wang locates Zhe Zhong. Three ball, and it's banked in. Big shot from Ling Zhak as she calls bank. China breaking the 30-point mark. Ball nearly taken by Zhak, who just hit the triple. J is good for Jazzy. J is for Jazzy, and it's now 48-30. Xin Wang, 4 points per game. Breaking away as they send it over. Corner, Yachin Li unable to hit. Pushing foul on Zhu Zhong. Top scorer, Jasmine Davidson, or Jazzy Davidson with 11. Guja Rong, again, ice cold, despite being the top scorer for China with 7 points. There was a time where there was only 2 scorers for China, but that was when they had 9 points. And it was Ron and Zhang. And now they're being well balanced in scoring. First free throw from Jazzy goes in to make it 49-30. USA pressing to 50, and they do. They average 109 points per game, and they are close to it, no doubt about it. China averages 64 points. They're close to that average as we approach halftime. 4 to play in quarter number 2. Yujin Lee to the lane. Count that baby in a foul. Nothing but hard work will make things work for you. Sienna Best out of position as Yujin Lee maneuvered her way to the rack on the left side. Lee, foul line, foul shot, no good. 2 for 6 from the field for a total of 4 points. Haley Heckel upstairs, fake out by Lee. She is met by Zhu, goes to the corner, that's good. J is for Jazzy again as she rings it up from 3-point land. Immediately responding, Yujin Lee, who goes upstairs, and Jazzy will get another one. 5 quick points for Jazzy. They are feeling the Jazz right now for the United States of America as they run away with the lead. 7 quick points for Jazzy Davidson as she makes it easy work. Timeout called by China with 3:25 to go in the half. And for those tuning in, I'd just like to let you know that Jazzy Davidson has scored the last 11 straight points for USA. She has been on a tear. 11 straight points. She has scored 11 of those points in the quarter. She has a total of 18. Kuja Rong trying to break her scoring spell, and that doesn't fly. Heckel on the rebound. 55-32 is the score as we approach 3 minutes to go in the half. Addison Bajorn back in the lineup, back to Heckel, downstairs, Sienna Betts. Betts met by the double team, fights through her way to get the second chance opportunity and gets it in. Baseline ball pass intended for Suju Du, but she was out of play. That's Jazzy and Jordan Lee checking out. Team USA returning to their element. China kept it close in the first quarter, but it's been all USA if they scored 27 points in the second compared to China's 14. Set up three, Bajorn, put her there. Bajorn thwarting China. Off of that three from the wing, it is now 60-32. China has to go back to their bread and butter, and that is attacking the basket and not think about the corner threes. And if they're going to pass, make sure somebody has their back turned from the basket and is ready for this shot. Bajorn blocks it back. Foul, count it! Peilin Zhu responds, and China will go to the free throw line for the M1. Great awareness from Peilin Zhu after the Bajorn block. She was trapped in the corner and decided to put it up, taking the contact no matter what. She knew she was going to get a foul shot either way, and she completes the three-point play. Zhang back in. USA 60, China 35. You're joining us on the FIBA YouTube channel. Become a member now to unlock exclusive content from rookie, starter, and MVP membership, custom badges, and more. Bajorn, back-to-back triples for her. So think about it, a block and 6 quick points. On the fly, the layup no good. And Bajorn back on for the rebound. Rushing through, met by Lin Zhuck. Three, Jazzy, good! It is a three-point barrage for the red, white, and blue. First, we saw Jazzy Davison go on an 11-0 individual run before the last China timeout. And now it's a three-point rage. All ran by Bajorn and Jersey Robinson. Sydney Douglas, Madeline Greenway, Emily Skinner also in for USA. Foul committed by Jersey. Leong in trouble, met by Sydney Douglas. Kate Harpring in the lineup for USA. Suju Du back into the game for Zhang.
From number 15, Sydney Douglas.
Douglas's first foul with 1:19 remaining. Zhao Rong trying to break her dry scoring spell, and she does off the first free throw. Nine points for Ron. Top scorer, Sienna Betts with 11 points, 6 rebounds. She is on double-double watch, but currently she is watching the action from the bench for what could be the rest of the half. Fake out from Bajorn as she tries to locate somebody down deep, but it's picked off. Du, smothered by Skinner. Skinner almost has the steal, almost forced a backcourt violation. 10 to shoot, Peilin Zhu to the basket, misses. And the ball returns to United States. I'd like to thank the 2,000 of you tuning in live on the FIBA YouTube channel. This is the round of 16 in the U19 Women's World Cup. USA leads 66-37 against China in this, the 9th meeting between these two in U19 history. Emily Skinner scraps her way to the lane, and that's poked out of bounds. Under half a minute to go in the quarter, 8 on the shot clock. Greenway straight away to Harpring. Harpring was looking for that screen from Douglas, but she was far away. Go-go jumper, good. Madden Greenway looked like she was jumping from a BOGO stick as she went on for the jumper. It was nicely contested. She used the double pump and got the bucket in from the side. 8 to shoot, ball fought for. As the Majoran with 6 seconds to go, and here comes Kate Harpring. Harpring chasing down Fangwei Zhu, goes for the crossover, has to put it up, doesn't get it off in time. The officials say no basket as it was still in her hands at 0-0. They may look at this, but I gotta believe the ball was in her hands right when the lights went on. And now the shot is under official review. You saw on the replay, the first glance at it, that the ball was still in her hands at 0-0 and the lights. They're going to be looking at that, so let's have a look. It was definitely in her hands at the horn. And there's the freeze frame that tell it all. And the officials will make the official ruling. And it is no basket, so USA has a 68-37 lead heading into the break. They're being led by Jasmine Davidson, who had 11 points by herself in a run in the second quarter. Sienna Betts has 11, Jersey Robinson with 10. And for China, they're being led by Kuja Rong, who has 9 points. Ice cold in the second, but was able to pick up a couple of points at the foul line. This is Aaron Sanders. I'll be back for the call to the third quarter, and the round of 16 continues in the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup.
education, health, justice. We sometimes take these simple things for granted. They're not common for all of us. We are all born on the same planet, but not with the same opportunities.
Whatever our gender, color, belief, or capability, we are one. We are all on the same team. Let's convince those who never thought they'd do it that they can. We can. Together, we are stronger. No matter your origin, basketball can bring everyone together. Basketball for good.
This isn't a moment. It's a time unlike any before.
It's not a request, not a maybe, not a someday.
This is now. Feel our presence, built on strength
And drive, not rising. We are arriving, not hoping, but owning.
This isn't a moment, it's movement. Constant, relentless.
Every cut, every pass, every shot.
Earned. Taken. Undeniable. The future, it's already here.
forged in sweat,
Ruled by queens.
When we move, the whole game shifts.
And we're unstoppable in all directions. We own the game.
And we return with third quarter action in the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. Aaron Sanders on the call as Team USA is ahead over China, 68-37. We'd like to welcome those who just watched Portugal advance to the quarterfinals after an 83-80 victory. And Portugal has one player that's really is in the record books. Clara Silva ended up with a double-double. Not only 10 rebounds, but her 37 points, which is the best performance this year in the U19s and one of the best performances overall since the start of the U19s many decades ago. The shot is good underneath as Cujo Rong, who had an ice-cold second quarter after a good first quarter, gets the first two up on the board. Sienna Betts back into the lineup, works her way over Peijin Zhu and forces the offensive foul. Yvette Jones tuning in from Colorado. We thank you all for tuning in, and let us know whereabouts you're tuning in from on the FIBA YouTube chat. Handful of people tuning in, close to 2,000 live. And it goes back to USA with the tie-up. There's Kaylee Heckel. Straight to Jazzy Davidson, who scored 11 straight points in the second quarter. She has a total of 18. To Sanaya Hall, three on the way. That doesn't go, but Sienna Betts makes easy work in the paint for two. Lawrence Huffer tuning in from Reno. Restu Ardi Ansaya from Malaysia. So once again, Portugal and Canada advancing to the quarterfinals. From the side, Jordan Lee, no good. Sienna Betts, second verse, same as the first. Back-to-back buckets off of misses. And it's 72-39. Ball rejected by Heckel. Jordan Lee running the floor. Takes the bump and will head to the line. Look at the team stats. USA shooting 47%, China 42%. China has been out-rebounded, and that's in part of the 19 offensive rebounds, which led to 19 second chance points. And on top of that, 38 points inside, too. 40-16, that is the difference. Dante Gordon tuning in from Fort Hood, Texas. I spent 6 years in San Antonio before moving to Canada 20 years ago. Ball picked up by Heckel. She gets the steal and the deuce. And this is where USA really does their damage. And that's the start of the second half. Long way Zhu, back to Ron. Ron, tough shot, doesn't get it. Last touch by Yashi Leon. Playing it in is Sanaya Hall. USA slowing things down, but not in the scoring department. They had a red-hot second quarter. They feed it to Betts. Kaylee Heckel goes baseline left and gets the tough shot to go. A lot of people still talking about that huge Portugal win over Israel, which resulted into a technical foul on the Israel bench near the end of the game, which gave Portugal the 3-point win. Play more than 3 minutes in the third quarter. USA ahead by 39. And here's a strip from Shania Hall. And Hall puts it off the glass and in, and it's a quick timeout for China as they are down 80-39. Well, it was 80-39, but we saw Shania Hall get back-to-back buckets. And now the double team immediately applied, which leads into another bucket. This time Jordan Lee taking care of business. And back-to-back timeouts from China. It is bucket after bucket for Team USA as they apply the full court pressure. Well, if you're just tuning in, no, you're not seeing a repeat. China called a timeout, and then they were put in the full court pressure that was Team USA, which led to the red, white, and blue scoring a couple of buckets, and it forced another timeout for China. Here's the spot up J for Yongling Lee. That goes off the mark. She went for the steal as Shania Hall went for the crossover as she passed the timeline. USA, one of the longest winning streaks in U19 play as they're approaching 25. Putting the rock on the floor is Emily Skinner, whose spot-up shot is a no-go. Try to follow up with it with a steal. That doesn't work out for her. 84-39, 5:35 remaining in the third. Yashi Leong was left wide open, but Peijin Zhu took the shot and missed. Kate Harpering throws it away to Yongling Lee. Lee met by the triple team. Upstairs and spinning around, Yashi Leong doesn't get that one to fly. Team USA want to be well on their way to another quarterfinal berth. There's a forced shot from Kate Harpering, contested, but doesn't get that one. And on the other end is Peijin Zhu. Some heart palpitations off of that layup as it took time to get in there. I'd like to welcome Coco for tuning in. Thank you so much. It's Coco and Ollie who've just joined into the live stream. Jazzy Davidson, top scorer for the game with 18 points. Sienna Betts behind her with 15, and the only player that scored more than 10 points for China is Kuzhou Rong with 11. She also has 6 rebounds to boot. Go ahead shot for Su-Han Zhong. (84-30-43), that is the score. Canada and Portugal already punched their ticket to the quarterfinal on Friday. And there will be more pieces to the puzzle that will be filled with Emily Skinner driving to the lane and picking up the foul.
Personal foul number 18, Zichi.
Swish for Emily Skinner as she drains her first free throw in the U19s. She's from Providence, Utah, member of the Blue Devils of Duke University, coached by Kira Lawson. This Blue Devil was also part of the U17 gold medal team last year, a USA team that was met by one of their biggest challenges as they squeaked through with a gold medal victory over Canada. Matter of fact, there are a handful of players from that U17 team like Addison Bajorn, Jersey Robinson, Emily for sure. As they're trying to go for back-to-back golds in the U17 and U19 play. Free throw up and down for Peijin Zhu. And there is a lot of growth for this USA team. Take Jersey Robinson, for example. In the U16 America's Championship 2 years ago, she won the MVP and was the youngest player ever to do that at 14. So chances are we're going to be seeing her in the international scene for a long time as that reverse goes down for Kate Harpering. China having trouble. Now is Jiaxin Wang. And it's scooped up by Zania Soka. Addison Bajorn doesn't get that to fall. Emily Skinner try and takes the contact. Once again, one of the headlines for the round of 16 so far, Clara Silva, a historic double-double performance, which is topped with 37 points in the three-point victory over Israel just moments ago. Here in this game, USA running away with this one. After a cutthroat first quarter between these two teams, Team USA turned it on in the second and definitely haven't looked back here in the third quarter. Both free throws go down, and Team USA on the precipice of reaching their average of 109 points per game. Against Korea in the opener in the group play, they scored 134 points, and Israel yesterday, they scored 114 points. Their lowest scoring affair was a 79-49 victory against Hungary. That was back on Sunday. China has scored 88, 52, and 52 in their 3 group games, which equals to an average of 64 points a game. They were at 45. We're under 3 minutes to play in the third. Skinner, no looks it to Bajorn as she gets slashed on the forearm.
Personal foul of number 18, Zichishu.
More round of 16 action coming up later on. We'll take a look at the upcoming schedule. Once again, Canada and Portugal, 2 of the 8 advancing to the quarters. Second free throw goes down for Addison Bajorn, who now connects.
Substitution on both sides.
By scoring more than 10 points. Coming up in more than an hour will be Hungary versus Nigeria, followed by France and Czechia. All have the call of that game, by the way. And then the last 2 games of the round of 16 will be Brazil versus Japan and Australia versus Argentina. We already know one of the matchups for the quarterfinals on Friday. And it will be Portugal versus Spain. Yu-Chin Ling having trouble, goes to the other side, flings it up off the mark. Up top, nearly taken by Greenway. 3 doesn't fall, picked up by Skinner. Greenway started strong in the first, and now here's Jersey Robinson, and the J doesn't go. On the fly, Yu-Chin Ling, yes! Yu-Chin Ling, who shoots 40% from the field, able to tee it up from the corner to make it 91-48. Pass intended for Douglas, that is taken. Great hands from China. As the three-point fling doesn't fall. Robert Brennan tuning in from La Quinta, California. Thank you for joining us. Now the rock is in the hands of Jersey Robinson, who has time to shoot, repeated, fires it away, falls flat. Picked up by Skinner. Skinner maneuvers around the pocket. Back to Jersey. Jersey. Right in Young Lee's face, but she takes the foul. Now committed by Young Lee. So 3 free throws coming up for Jersey Robinson. And once again, the sky's the limit for Jersey. 2 years ago, she was the youngest player ever to win MVP in the U16 America's Championship at age 14. She has a couple of gold medals with that tournament in last year's U17 World Cup. As she buries the first free throw, she now has 11. In the third quarter, USA's outscoring China 24-11. This is a low-scoring quarter for China. They had 18 in the first, 19 in the second. USA 28 in the first, an explosion of 40 points in the second. They currently have 25 and on the precipice of 26 should Jersey make all 3, which she does. (94-48) with under a minute to play in the third. Yu-Chin Ling from deep. And Jersey Robinson lets that fly out of bounds. Team USA looking to continue their winning streak, which could be a record-breaking winning streak should they win this game and their quarterfinal matchup on Friday. Douglas underneath, and here comes Suja Ron. Ron darting from coast to coast, misses it. Ball picked up by Zhu from the pocket. Ron, nothing there. We're down to 3 seconds in the third. Here's Skinner, pulls it up at the horn, is short. 94-48 is the score at the end of the third quarter. And the fourth quarter will begin in a couple of minutes. You're watching the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. Canada and Portugal already punched their ticket to the quarterfinal. USA making a statement against China to make sure they're the third team to advance to the quarterfinals. Incidentally, that win Portugal claimed over Israel will mark the first time ever in any level of play in FIBA that a Portuguese team has advanced to the quarterfinals. So a big congratulations, the heartiest of congratulations to Portugal after that 37-point double-double performance from Clara Silva. Back to this game as that fling doesn't fly for China. Peilin Zhu picks up the rebound as China look to capitalize on the second chance, but they'll take a backcourt violation. We're in the fourth quarter. This round, a 16 game from Brno, Czechia. Emily Skinner picks up the loose ball. She has 5 to shoot, crosses over the left side, goes right into the paint as she tries to send it over to Sienna Bett. And they turn it over. This is Aaron Sanders on the call. I will return for the round of 16 contest between France and Czechia later on. Beautiful move from Kuja Rong as she started from the left side and finished right as she had the lane left wide open for her. China breaking the 50-point mark. We played a minute in the fourth. Sanaya Hall thinking about the three, gives it to Skinner, wisely done. Skinner has a couple of red shirts with her, but it leads up to a Kate Hartbrink three. Yu Chin Ling up the floor. Here is Ron running herself through the lane, misses it, picked up by Skinner. Skinner surveying the floor. It is a 4-on-3 for the USA, which finishes off with Sienna Bett scoring her first 2 points since the first half. USA close to 100. Remember, the most they've scored this year is 134 points, and they did that in an 81-point defeat, or victory, I should say, against Korea. They definitely made a statement right from the first game. As this U19 team is set to be destined to be one of the best teams in U19 history. A lot of fans tuning in from Indiana, Texas. We have a viewer from Atlanta, Georgia. Reminds me of that wonderful song which James Brown did a cover of, Georgia, Georgia. One of the sweetest renditions I've ever heard. We got a viewer tuning in from Omaha, Nebraska. Crossover dribble, Kate Harpring, no good. But she's been getting a lot of good touches in the fourth quarter. Remember, it's never too late for you to pick who you think the TISO MVP should be in the FIBA U19 Women's World Cup. Go to the official FIBA U19 World Cup website for more information. You can also get the stats and facts of this year's World Cup. A handful of teams that made their debut and picked up their first ever win in U19 play, as the scoop shot is good for Sanaya Hall. We saw Nigeria picking up their first victory, Israel. Portugal too. Other end, Sienna Bett, yes. As we have a handful of viewers tuning in from the Philippines, Valencia, Lubbock, and New York. We have a timeout called by China. They're down 103-50. Team USA ahead and on the precipice of advancing to the quarterfinals once again. They lead 103-50 with 7:09 left. Around a 16 game. More games coming up later on. We'll bring you the full slate in a few moments. In the meantime, Lien Jacques slices her way to the rack and misses. Emily Skinner, a lot of playing time here in the second half. Chest pass ahead to Harpring. Harpring down to Betts, and Betts has been making China pay at the bucket here in the fourth quarter. That is her 6th point in the quarter. take a look at the box scores while we're at it. Sienna Betts, one of the top scorers for USA in the fourth quarter. She now has a total of 21, leading all scorers. There's been a total of 6 players that have scored in double-digit figures for Team USA. Compared to China, there's only 2, and Guja Rong leading that one with 13 points. 6 to shoot. Here comes Skinner. Skinner driving down, gracing the lane, and it's up and in. My mistake, that was Kate Harpering, who just picked up her 13th point. Incidentally, Sienna has a double-double. Here's Xiaoxin Wang. Air ball's on the 3. Someone viewing from Cleveland. Just past Soka. Now it's Harpering. Harpering surveying the right side as she passes it over to Jordan Lee. Lee in the lane, gets fouled. Jordan Lee has 4 points. She's been perfect from the foul line. Drilling 2 in a row. She has 3 assists to her name. More of the team stats. It has been pure domination in the paint for USA once again. 57-24 in rebounds, 22 of them coming from the O-line, or the O-glass. 60 points in the paint. And 26 second chance points off of China's 25 turnovers. 109-50 with 5 and 24 left in the fourth. Rob from Utah tuning in, and he tunes in just in time to find this Emily Skinner steal. And the dish to Sanaya Hall. Sanaya and Skinner, the dynamic duo on that trip. Hall now has 15. Again, 6 USA players in double-digit figures. Wong for 3, misses from the corner. And with that, Hall picks up her 8th board. In and out dribble, Hall going coast to coast, misses it, follows through and puts it in. Hall now with her 19th point. 9 of 19. The one takeaway for China, despite the huge deficit, is the fact that they're not afraid to look to go down to the lane. And even though they're spotting up shots right now, you have to give them credit. They started the U19s 7th in the power rankings, 18th in the world. And despite not having a lot of depth in their roster, that's not stopping them from going deep. Especially Zuhan Zhang, who asked for the ball and was left wide open. Three ball, no good. Wong has it. She is being denied in the paint. Back to Feng Wei Zhu. Goes for the finger roll and is picked up by Douglas. Winner of this will play the winner of France and Czechia, which I have the call for that game later on. That will start in an hour and 25 minutes. And here's the runaway from Wong. That doesn't go. Harpering takes it all the way herself, and we've seen a handful of coast-to-coast plays from both teams today, but it's been Team USA that has been dominating on the fast break. Runaway shot doesn't go. A total of 32 fast break points for USA. Make that 34 with Xenia Soka joining the party. The difference is 67. They defeated Korea by 81, Israel by 74, and Hungary by 30. As they ran through the Group A gauntlet and looking to punch their ticket to the quarterfinals. Soka diving for the loose ball and unsuccessful. Great save from Palin Zhu. And here's the runaway. The donut missed the coffee, and that is tough for Team China. And an unsportsmanlike foul will send Addison Bajorn to the line. She'll get 2 free throws, and USA will get the possession again. The unsportsmanlike foul is committed by Zushi Zhu, who's been having a hard time on the floor today. So once again, an unsportsmanlike foul on Zhu, who has 4 points and 1 rebound. Make that 2 rebounds. So USA won't have any qualms in getting the ball back following these free throws. Bajorn now 2 of 6 at the foul line. She's also part of the double gold team with Jersey Robinson. Both of them part of the U17 squad last year. Ball remains with USA with 2:20 to go. Sania Suka getting some time on the floor. She averages 5.3 points per game while shooting 71%. Batting Greenway. Before to shoot. Goes with in and out dribble, crosses over, finds Jersey Robinson, makes the wish, doesn't come true. And a body foul leads to 2 shots for Zhu. Palin Zhu's tournament high was 10 points against Nigeria. And with this trip to the free throw line, she could top her tournament high with exactly 2 minutes to go. She has 11, a 75% foul shooter. And the second one goes in. There's plenty of fans in the chat looking forward to the possible matchup between USA and France on Friday. But first, France has to go through Czechia, which is coming up in an hour and 20 minutes time in order to make that matchup possible. Down low, Sydney Douglas, tough paint. And a sweeter result as USA is now at a 120 mark. .90 seconds to play, run for 3. That goes everywhere but down the hatch. Team USA will go on cruise control for the next day as they await the winner of France and Czechia. Robinson with the little hezzy and the pass to Soka. Soka underneath for 2. There's Lin Jacques and China looking to finish the game strong as they try to get a couple of points. Nice crossover dribble, by the way. Yu Chin Ling in the lineup, fades away, no good. Addison Bajorn looks up at the clock and knows that she has 40. And Robinson called for the offensive foul. She got caught hooking her left hand around the back of Lin Jacques. Jersey Robinson called for the foul, but she doesn't mind that one bit. She ends the game with 13 points 22 rebounds, 3 steals and change. A plus 19 for the day. But look at this, a plus 48 for Jordan Lee. The player with the most efficiency today has been Jasmine Davidson. Jazzy Davidson, 18 points, 9 rebounds, and change. Sienna Betts heated up in the second half. She has a double-double, 21, 10, and change. With Team USA shooting 51% from the field this afternoon. So far has a 70-point difference. With a 4-second difference in the shot and game clock, Team USA has cruised to a dominating round of 16 win. And Madden Greenway's 3 goes in and out. Here's Fongwei Zhu. Will pull it back. With 3 to shoot. Final 3 ball, that is good to end the ball game. 122 to 57 off of the 3 ball from Zhizhi Zhu. Obviously disdained by the effort this afternoon. So that will put China in the classification game, and Team USA moves on to the quarterfinal.
54 points for China.
And the 54 points is the most points Team USA has given up in the U19, but they don't mind that at all. 67 rebounds for the day for Team USA. They were led by a plethora of players. Sienna Betts had the second half with a double-double performance, but it was Jazzy Davidson who was on fire in the second quarter, scored 11 of her 18 points overall. The three-pointer is good. There's a little bit of some confusion, but the 3 did go down right at the horn. So Team USA survives and takes care of business against China in the round of 16 tournament. They continue their winning streak, which is now tied for the longest in U19 history. And they will play the winner of France and Czechia in the quarterfinal on Friday. 122 to 57 is your final. By the way, the top scorer for China was Ku Rong, who had 13 points, 8 rebounds, and change. China shot 29%. That'll do it. I'll be back for the call between France and Czechia in an hour. Until then, this be Aaron Sanders. Lots more coverage coming up when this round of 16 continues in the FIBA U19 Women's Basketball World Cup. Stay where you are. This is the FIBA YouTube channel.